We're all chasing success, right? But what if the key to getting ahead actually comes from our failures? Today, we're going to break down Denzel Washington's incredible philosophy on risk, failure, and why sometimes the best way to move up is to learn how to fall forward.
So this is the core idea. And you got to admit, it's kind of backward from what we're all taught. Forget everything you've heard about having a safety net. Denzel's whole point is to see falling not as the end, but as a chance to see what's right in front of you and actually move towards it. And that brings us to the first major point. It's time to seriously rethink the whole idea of a plan B. I mean, it's the standard advice, isn't it? From our parents, our teachers, pretty much everyone. The idea is you need a backup, just in case your big dream doesn't pan out. But what Denzel argues is that this very mindset might be the thing that's holding you back. Okay, so what's so interesting here is the contrast. Falling back is basically a retreat. You're giving yourself an easy way out, and that can, subtly weaken your commitment. But falling forward, that's totally different. It's a proactive move. Even when you get knocked down, you land a little bit closer to your goal. You see what you're up against and you learn something from the impact. And this quote just hits the nail on the head. That backup plan can make it really tempting to play small, to settle for a life that's just fine. But real passion, real growth, that's found when you take those big, scary, but totally necessary risks. So if you're going to take those risks and maybe ditch the safety net, you have to get real comfortable with one thing: failure. Now, this isn't about being negative. It's about being realistic. Denzel is super clear about this. Failure isn't just a possibility. It is a straight-up guarantee on any path that's actually worth taking. You're going to embarrass yourself. You're going to come up short. The trick isn't to avoid it. It's to embrace it as just part of the process. Take a look at this number, 2,600. That's how many times the baseball legend Reggie Jackson struck out in his career. That is the most in the history of the sport. And here's the crucial part. Nobody builds a statue for strikeouts. We remember Reggie Jackson as Mr. October because of the home runs he hit when it mattered most. All those failures were just the price of admission for the successes people actually talk about. Here's another number for you. 1,000. That's roughly how many times Thomas Edison's experiments failed before he finally invented a light bulb that worked. You see, Edison didn't see it as 1,000 failures. Not at all. He saw it as taking 1,000 steps. Every single attempt that didn't work taught him something new and got him one step closer to the one that did. That right there is the definition of falling forward. This is a question we should all probably ask ourselves more often. I mean, a life with zero failure might sound nice, but it could just mean you're not pushing yourself. It could mean you're just playing it safe, stuck in a little comfort zone where nothing really grows. Okay, so this brings us to a really practical part of this whole philosophy. How do you turn these big, risky ambitions into something you can actually achieve? Well, it all starts with understanding the difference between a dream and a goal. A dream is kind of passive, right? It's just a wish floating around in your head. A goal, on the other hand, is a dream with a blueprint. It needs discipline, working on it every single day. It needs consistency, just showing up over and over. And it needs deadlines to make it urgent. That's how you turn a someday into a right now. Denzel uses a classic puzzle to really drive this point home. Most people try to solve this thing by staying inside the little imaginary box the dots make. But the only way to do it is to literally think outside the box. You have to draw your lines past the edges. And achieving your goals, it often requires that exact same kind of unconventional thinking. All right, now for an amazing personal story from Denzel that really ties all of this together with that last key ingredient, perseverance. He calls it his 30-year audition. So check out this timeline. Early in his career, he completely bombs an audition at a specific theater because he couldn't sing. But he didn't quit. For 3 decades, he just kept working, kept praying, kept preparing. And then, 30 years later, he goes back to that exact same theater to star in a play that becomes a massive, massive success. And this is his simple, kind of funny way of summing it all up. It's about persistence. It's about just staying in the game. If you keep showing up and putting yourself in a position where good things can happen, eventually your turn is going to come. Okay, for our final section, Denzel takes this whole idea to another level. It stops being just about personal success and starts being about your purpose, about the legacy you're going to leave behind. This is the ultimate question he leaves us with. And it's not about how much money you have or how famous you are. It's about taking the unique things you've been given and actually using them for something bigger than yourself.
And when he says gifts, he's not just talking about skills. It could be your time, your patience, your kindness, your ability to love. Whatever your special thing is, the real challenge is to use it, to give it away.
He ends with this incredibly powerful and honestly kind of haunting image. He says to picture yourself at the end of your life. And standing all around your bed are the ghosts of the ideas you never acted on, the talents you never used, all of your unfulfilled potential. And these ghosts are mad. They're disappointed because you were the only person on Earth who could have brought them to life, and you chose not to. It is a chilling thought, isn't it, that our best ideas and greatest contributions could just die with us.
So that's the final question he leaves us with. And it's such a profound call to action, to take risks, to embrace failure, and to chase our goals with everything we've got. Not just for our own sake, but so we don't leave a whole crowd of ghosts behind, to fall forward, and to live a life with no regrets.